Hello everyone, welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. Today I've got a doily dress card for you. This one is specifically for a wedding card for a special couple, but just by changing the sentiment, it could be just for the bride, like for a bridal shower, or even a little girl's birthday card or birthday invites, I mean. So it can be just about for anything. So with this one, I used, as my base, I used Soft Sky, and then I embossed the top mat with Blushing Bride. So I'm going to reverse it. So the base is going to be in Blushing Bride, and then the emboss piece is going to be in Soft Sky. So we'll get started. So the Blushing Bride piece is just 11 inches by 4 1/4 and then scored at 5 1/2. And another thing is, like, this is a really easy card to do once you've done a few of them. It's a really easy card to do. And if you were going to do invites for anything, you could just colour scheme them all. They would just look really fabulous. So I've already embossed the Soft Sky, so you can see how lovely that embossing folder is, Garden Trellis. And we're just going to adhere that straight away onto the base card. I've only put Whisper White inside the card up to now because I'm not sure what the lady that wanted this one, I'm not sure what she actually wanted inside the card. So we're just going to put this Soft Sky because it's been embossed. It just needs a little bit of extra glue, so I'm just going to glue that down, straighten that, and just as straight as you can. There's a little bit of glue coming out of the top there, so I'll just grab my cotton bud. You can hardly see it, just a little bit there. I might just give it a bit of extra help. Now that's the easy part, that's the base done. So we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to make the doily dress. So we need, I want one doily to go on the card. So it's going to sit on the card like that. And then the dress is going to sit on top. So we just take a doily. I might just zoom you in a little bit so you can see. I just have to make sure I don't go out. So I'm just folding the doily 3/4 down. And then you don't need the bone folder for this because it's quite a delicate doily. You might like to die cut a doily piece out and do it that way as well. So that's our first fold. And then it's a bit hard, I'm trying to do it upside down. So then we just take one piece over to that side, trying not to mess the delicate part of the doily up too much. And I'm just making that flush on that side, and then you've got the little skirt happening. Okay. And then with that point up there, I'm just going to turn it over like that. But what I'm going to actually do is cut that off once I've folded it. Just cut that little piece off. And then what we need to do is just using the sweetheart punch is the one I used. Any heart punch will do. And then we're going to, I just cut out one heart like that. Now, how I'm going to make the bodice at the top of the dress is I've drawn lines to help you see, so you don't cut straight down each side. It's more on a diagonal sort of slant. And then what we're going to do is just cut down there. So you can draw the pencil line if you want to. I just normally just cut it. I just wanted to draw it there so you could see what I meant. So then you can see that if I cover the bottom bit, you're going to end up with that top bodice piece where the bust line is. So the next stage is to use that sweetheart punch and you just cut your doily in half, and then you punch out like that, so you've got the lace at the top and that at the bottom. That's why you need to cut an extra doily out in half, and then just position your punch so the lace is at the top and this is at the bottom. And we've already cut this piece out, so then what we're going to do is line up this point with that point there. I'm going to put some adhesive down, but I just wanted to show you. So I'm going to line that up like that. So I'm just going to get my snail, and I find it best just to be quite generous. Because I want that lace to really adhere. Now I can't get my fingers off it. Then I'm going to line up that point as I showed you before. Once we put it together, you're not going to see that anyway. So you've got your bodice at the top, then we turn it over and we're just going to cut off that lace. So it gives you a good guide doing it this way. I did do one a couple of years ago, a video for you, but this is just a little bit different. I find this is a bit easier. Right, now with the dress, what we need to bring in is some glue dots. And we're just going to put a few glue dots in to hold each layer down. So you can see how that top layer is sitting up. You want to just put a glue dot in there to, once it's on the card, to hold it down. So that will hold all the layers of the lace down. Then it's up to you where you want to pop it, because we're going to put some ribbon around, so it'll look a lot better once the ribbon's on. So what I'm going to do is, on the back of here, I'm just going to get rid of those glue dots for now. I'm just going to put a piece of tear and tape just on the back here, because we know the tear and tape will definitely hold it in place. Quite a fun card to create. I mean, you might be able to get different colour doilies as well. So I'm just going to pop that where I think it should go. Just want that to be straight. Like that, just pick it up. So then we've got our little dress, which is quite easily done. Now I'm going to put some ribbon around here. So I want to, just got a bit of tear and tape exposed at the back, and I don't want it to stick to my, so I want that to be straight end on the end there. So I'm just going to pop that on there and just wrap it right around. And I'll just take that little piece off there. It's a bit hard when you're working white on white. So I'm just going to take that piece off. With my scissors. And I'm just going to cut that piece there and just wrap that over like that, and then that should just peel off like so. Okay, They've just stuck to my workplace, but that's alright. Then I can't put it down because I don't want to stick the tear and tape to my grid paper. So then you're going to start from the back. Just fold those little corners of tear and tape down. So I just want to start from the back. And you can do this with any colour ribbon. Just trying to get it as straight as I can. So then I'm just going to chop that off. If you wanted to, you could even do like a double layer. Don't know if I want to. Looks nice with the double layer actually. I will have to put just a little bit. I'll just put a little bit of tear and tape in the middle just to hold it. So I've changed this a little bit to my original card, but that's alright. So we'll have a look at what it looks like at the front. So we need to bring that down there. I quite like the double layer of so just put a little bit of, I'm most probably making it look a lot harder than it is. It's just because I've decided to do something different. I need to add a little bit more extra tear and tape, and I need to do it on an angle. So we just need to take that other piece off. So I think it's best you watch when you're doing it from the front. So that needs to go down there. Now, I'm going to put a bit of ribbon across the back only because I don't want that tear and tape sticking to my work surface. So we've got that. So I reckon that looks quite nice with the double layered ribbon. Now what we need to do, I've got a little flower and I'm just going to glue that on. Well, actually I'm going to use tear and tape, and we're just going to put it onto the side of it like that. Just snip off a little bit of that wire that's on the back. And I have used Tombow before just to glue these, but I just think you need that extra adhesive. Sorry, I went out of camera there. I've just put that tear and tape on the back. And now the trick is to get the tear and tape off. It's just not playing the game today for me. Okay, there we go. So I just want to put the ribbon, the flower, I mean. You can do it on whatever side you want. So I'm just pressing it down on the leaf part. This is just a flower I had in my stash because you need like a real little flower, like that. And then it's just a matter of deciding how you want it on your card. So I'm just going to have, I've already done the sentiment to save some time. So it says for the bride, and that is from the Special Celebrations. I'll just from the Special Celebrations stamp set. It's got 14 sentiments in it, so it's a really good one. I use it all the time. So it's best just to put your doily on just to see where you want it. Let's probably go that way. And so then I just use a bit of Tombow glue. Now, you don't want too much because just remember this is a really fine doily. So I'm just going round just the little solid parts of the doily as fine as I can. And I'll just spread those just out a little bit, because you don't want it oozing through the doily. It's just a fine line really how much you're putting on there. Now I'm going to pop the doily up there. Because my sentiment this time is quite a lot larger, so I'm just going to pop that down. Then I'm going to mainly put the Tombow glue on the cardstock part of the dress where we use the heart. Just put a couple of dabs on the bottom of the dress, but not too much. Okay. So then you just have to decide where you want your dress. Just press down lightly on the heart bit. And another thing I just thought what you could do is you could put some rhinestones down the middle of the bust at the bodice there too. It's just a couple of rhinestones would look really nice. So then it's just a matter of deciding. I think I'll just put it this side. So I'll just grab some dimensionals and we're done. So I hope I didn't make it sound a lot harder than it is, because once you start making a few of them, it does become quite easy. And I was trying to fold the dress upside down, which wasn't helpful. So then I'm just going to, sticking to my desk, I'm just going to pop that up there. And then we're done. Just make sure there's nothing down there. And I'll just bring you in a little bit. So that's the one that we've done today. And this is the one that I did prior. So you can see I did the sentiment a little bit different, and I used a different sentiment, and I just used my bone folder to curl the sentiment. But basically it's the same. It's really impossible to do them identical sometimes. So I hope you like that tutorial, and I hope you'll give it a try. It's so easy, and I think it's a very effective card, and I think even the little girl's birthday card, she would love it. And yeah, so I hope you'll give it a try, and until next time, happy crafting.